What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, well-renowned trainer, mentor, big brother, father figure, Coach Calvin Ford of undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 27 wins, no loss, no draw, 25 big wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis is coming off of a dazzling performance in which he knocked out fellow stablemate in lightweight title contender, star boxer Rolando Rolly Romero in the 6th round of their fight. That took place May 28th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. It was on pay-per-view, in which Gervonta Tank Davis, he reportedly did 350 to 400,000 pay-per-view buys, and he did the biggest boxing live gate at the Barclays Center history, doing 5 million views, $5 million at the gate, okay, the live gate for the Barclays Center. So with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis obviously is a mega star, okay? Now, leading up into this fight, Gervonta Tank Davis, he made it abundantly clear that he was planning to part ways with longtime promotional company promoter and another mentor and big brother figure in the man known as Money, retired legendary iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer FLOYD Money Mayweather Jr., okay? And Mayweather Promotions, Mayweather CEO, Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Ellaby, right? So leading up into the build-up for this fight, Gervonta Tank Davis made it abundantly clear that was his plans, to part ways and focus on GTD Promotions, Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions, but he still planned to stay with Showtime president of sports Stephen Espinosa, and PBC Premier Boxing Champion founder and advisor Al Haney, in which he fights on the network now. Just wasn't going to be under the umbrella of Mayweather Promotions. But then after the fight, maybe it was the emotions, maybe it was the adrenaline. After the fight was over, Gervonta Tank Davis said that he got the best team in the world in Mayweather Promotions, and he stated that he was staying with Mayweather Promotions, right? So it seems like that was going to be the case. And then you had Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn was, letting it be known that the Zone network streaming app, in which is fairly new, and they trust in Eddie Hearn, Matchroom CEO and promoter. And Eddie Hearn, he expressed, now Eddie Hearn and obviously Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Ellaby, there's no secret they don't like each other. They let it be known it's no secret that they don't like each other. They do so every chance they get. They let it be known that they don't like each other, especially via social media. So Leonard Ellaby, according to Eddie Hearn, Leonard Ellaby and Mayweather Promotions, they gave Eddie Hearn a tampering notice, right? To let Eddie Hearn know, stop trying to attempt to tamper with, my fighter, okay? If you continue to tamper with my fighter, we're going to be headed to court, right? So this is what Eddie Hearn stated, that he got this letter from Leonard Ellaby and Mayweather Promotions letting him know, don't tamper with my fighter, right? And so obviously that comes across as if he's re-signed with Mayweather Promotions, right? Okay. Well, there's not possible that Leonard Ellaby and Mayweather Promotions can warn or advise Eddie Hearn not to tamper with. We know, first thing first, Gervonta Tank Davis, he let it be known that this was his last fight contractually with Mayweather Promotions as well. So again, he would have been a free agent. So it can't be tampering on the part of Eddie Hearn if he's letting it be known that he wants to sign Gervonta Tank Davis if Gervonta Tank Davis is not under contract. So how did he get a notice of, a warning to not tamper with Gervonta Tank Davis if Gervonta Tank Davis is not under contract? That can't be possible, right? Well, Coach Calvin Ford, while talking to DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, father, trainer, manager, and CEO, Bill Haney, while talking to Bill Haney to discuss a possible fight between Bill Haney's son, undefeated, undisputed, lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Devin the Dream Haney, which is a fight that everybody's clamoring for now. Okay, Coach Calvin Ford, Bill said, asked Coach Calvin, is there any case where the powers that be behind the scenes is going to block this fight, and Bill's going to be held accountable for the conversation he's having about Gervonta Tank Davis, because Gervonta Tank Davis is under contract, in which Coach Calvin Ford, he stated that Tank Davis is not under contract and that he's a free agent and they could do and move how they so choose. They can move freely, however they so choose, right? That's what he stated. So there's a lot of confusion. Obviously, the zone, is willing to put up massive amount of money for Gervonta Tank Davis, because Gervonta Tank Davis is a massive commodity, okay? He's a cash cow from junior welterweight 140 on down. He's a mega star. He's certainly a draw. That's proven, right? To do 350,000 to 400,000 pay-per-views. You see conflicting reports about that as well. But to do a live gate of $5 million at a live gate, break the boxing record for live gates at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, of all places, the media capital of the world. So for him to do that, speaks volumes, okay? And so he's definitely, worth being touted, right? And it's like in any other sport, when you got a massive free agent available, everybody's gonna want him, right? Because he brings eyes to your platform. He brings awareness and exposure to your platform. So everybody wants to sign Gervonta Tank Davis. But it's just a lot of confusion. And, Gervonta Tank Davis himself can easily come out. Now, Coach Calvin Ford, see, here's where the confusion comes in. Leonard Ellaby is close to Gervonta Tank Davis. And if he, again, indeed sent Eddie Hearn that warning letter of tampering, and he's close to the situation, well, that would be a sign that leads and points to that he's still under contract. Because he can't do that if he's not under contract. But then on the flip side, Coach Calvin Ford is his mentor. Who's closer to Gervonta Tank Davis than Coach Calvin Ford outside of Gervonta Tank Davis, mom and children and children's mother? Nobody. So clearly, Coach Calvin Ford would be aware of what's taking place. So was that a bluff on the part of Mayweather Promotions, or to send a letter, right? Or is it Eddie Hearn making up a story and they never sent a letter, right? And he was just trying to, poke at Leonard Ellaby. Who knows? But today's time, I think that Gervonta Tank Davis is a part of his growth. He should just come out and say, I am or I'm not. Now, obviously, it's not that easy because it's his future, right? His future hinges on it. So does he want to, he got to mull it over. He got to think it over. Do I want to re-sign with them, right? Long term? Or do I want to do a fight-by-fight basis with them? Or do I want to do a partnership with them? Or do I want to go solely on my own, okay? Going solely on his own is easier said than done, because the world of boxing is a very small world, okay? That's number one. Boxing is a very, very small world. And so, going on his own, and the fights that people are clamoring for to see Gervonta Tank Davis in, like fights with Devin Haney, fights with undefeated rising Mexican superstar lightweight title contender King Ryan Garcia, or fights with Teofimo Lopez, because see, they opened Pandora's box by allowing Gervonta Tank Davis to fight anywhere from 140 to 130, or dare I say 130 to 140, okay? So that means that there's an endless amount of supply of quality fights for Gervonta Tank Davis to make. And if you don't make those fights, See, right now he don't make the fights happen. The fights haven't happened, and the accountability and blame is placed on Leonard Ellerbe and Mayweather. That's where the accountability and blame is placed. Very rarely is it placed on Tank Davis himself. It's more so placed on Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellerbe, and Mayweather Promotions. They don't want to make the fight. They blocking Gervonta Tank Davis from making these fights, and and then the fans are saying, Tank Davis needs to leave so he could secure his legacy and make the fights the fan want to see. See, when you part ways with Mayweather Promotions, you remove that safety net, that safety blanket. It all falls on you. The fight not made, it falls on you. Okay? And now you're going to be held accountable 100% for the fights not being made, especially a fight with Devin Haney, who just recently sacrificed so much and conceded to everything that former unified lightweight world champion Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr. wanted. He normally makes upwards of $5 million, Devin Haney does. Well, to fight George Kambosos, because George Kambosos was the unified champion and he wanted to have the undisputed match. Well, Devin Haney, he took $3 million to fight George Kambosos. $3 million. Okay? Then he went over to Australia. He also signed a multi-fight deal with ESPN top-ranked legendary promoter and CEO Bob Arum. He did a lot to secure this fight and sacrificed a lot. He gave George Kambosos $10 million. George Kambosos Jr. highest payday in his career was $1.2 million. He gave George Kambosos Jr. Allowed George Kambosos to make $10 million. He could have demanded that. Listen, let's make this a closer number, right? That's a $13 million on the table. He could have said, listen, let me get 5 and you get 8, right? Or let me get 6 and you get 7. You understand? Make it closer, because he's the undefeated WBC champion. But he sacrificed and conceded to everything George Kambosos wanted in order for him to secure himself this fight. And when you look at it from that standpoint, he set the bar very high for legacy fights. So now the excuse that, oh, money, the fans are not trying to hear that. I can't get this done because of the size of the street. Fans ain't trying to hear that. Devin Haney has been his own promoter and fighting on his own banner with him and his father, Bill Haney, for so very long. He didn't need to do that. But to secure the fight, he did it. And so because he did it to secure the fight, well, guess what happens? He set the bar very high. And now fans going to expect that from Gervonta Tank Davis if he goes on his own with GTD Promotions. So I feel like Gervonta Tank Davis should come out now and clarify things. Get ahead of it. This is a part of doing business. I know people could say, well, it's private. Sport of boxing, sports overall are not private anymore. Your business, your negotiation, your contracts, it's not private. Those days are, well, it's a private matter. Those days are well in the past. Well in the past, okay? We just saw in the NBA. We know what every NBA player makes. Every NBA player, right? We know what Kyrie Irving's situation with the Brooklyn Nets, $37.3 or whatever $million. We know exact numbers that he's getting for this year. How much he's going to get monthly and weekly. We know that. So the privacy is no longer, it doesn't exist in the sports world at all. Okay? And actually, athletes brag about their contracts and being billionaires, like LeBron James now is a billionaire. Congratulations, LeBron James. Floyd Mayweather's a billionaire. Congratulations, Floyd Mayweather. So now is, Gervonta Tank Davis is a part of his growth. Like he said, he's grew. Well, this is a part of his growth. Now it's time for Gervonta Tank Davis to come out and say, listen, I'm staying with Mayweather Promotions. Or he could come out and say, I haven't made a decision yet. I haven't re-signed. I'm still mulling over. It's just like a free agency in the NFL or the NBA. Everybody want to know where LeBron James, the announcement, right? I'm taking my talents to South Beach. It was on ESPN. But initially, when free agency hit, he let the world know, I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know where I'm going to sign. It's still up in the air. I'm taking my time. Gervonta Tank Davis could come out and say, listen, I haven't re-signed with Mayweather Promotions. Clarify things. I haven't re-signed with Mayweather Promotions. I don't, I'm not sure what I want to do moving forward. But, you know, soon I'll let the world know. Because there's just a lot of speculation. And the fans, you know, want to move on. When you're an athlete, you owe it to the fans. I know people will tell you, oh, their fans don't get in the ring. No, they don't get in the ring, but they pay your bills. Fans talk about a lot of things and don't know nothing that's going on. Well, that's okay, because they pay your bills. So it's equivalent to a 9 to 5, right? You could say the owner of the company, he don't get his hands dirty, but he could tell you what to do because he pay your bills. And guess what? If you had 0 fans in attendance, like we had during the global pandemic, you have 0 fights. And the fights you do make, it's going to be pulling teeth financially. So guess what? You rely on the fans. Yeah, they ain't throwing football. Yeah, they ain't throwing the punch. Yeah, they ain't tackling nobody. Yeah, they ain't dribbling the ball and shooting a 3-point shot. No, they not guarding the hockey net. No, they not hitting home runs. But they the most important part of the sport, because without them, you don't get your revenue. You don't live the lifestyle, the Bentleys, the Lamborghinis, the mansions, the jewelry, the diamonds. You don't have none of that. If the fans retract every dollar, if every single fan said we're not supporting this sport anymore, you don't have a sport. That's why marketing is so important. And that's why brand is so important. Why you think the NBA, the NFL, and these major league sports want to protect their brand. You know why? No fans, no sponsors. No sponsors, no money. Period. It's just that simple. So, let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram or at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.